Well, guys, I couldn't be more excited, and there's a lot of reasons that I'm pretty excited right now to introduce to you Jeremy Streten. Jeremy's been in ISI for a couple of years now, and here's what's cool. As you watch this interview, it is the 18th of February for me, but it's the 19th of February for Jeremy. Jeremy's in Australia, and Jeremy comes twice a year to the live meetup. Jeremy, tell the guys a little bit more about you, and both personally and professionally.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Big A, and thanks for having me to do the interview. So, first of all, based in Brisbane, Australia, which, if you don't know, is the third largest city in Australia after Sydney and Melbourne. Lived here most of my life. I did spend a year in Sydney, but I didn't like it, so I came back to Brisbane. I'm married. I have a wife that I've been married for about 9 years now. And I've got two small children. I've got Abigail, who is 5 and just started school, which is really cool. She's really enjoying it. And I've got Ben, who is, he's in kindergarten, and he'll be 4 in about a couple of weeks' time. So, that's me, my personal life. And my business life, I'm a lawyer. I've been a lawyer for 15 years. However, I've got a product called the Business Legal Lifecycle, which is something I'm bringing over to the States, and what I'm looking forward to hopefully releasing later this year.
Jeremy, tell the guys a little bit more about how you got involved in ISI. And listen, guys, I don't want to hear any belly aching about your distance that you need to come when you're involved, when you're coming to these live events, because this guy's on a plane about 24 hours to get here from Australia. But tell the guys a little bit more about how you got involved in ISI.
Yeah, so a couple of years ago, I wanted to expand my business internationally, and we were at a conference, and my office manager and I were brainstorming ways that we could actually move into other markets, the UK and the US in particular. And she turned to me and said, well, why don't you join a mastermind group like the one that we were in at the time? And I was like, wow, that's a really good idea. Why hadn't I thought of that? And then literally my drive home, I had a 2-hour drive home from that conference, and I listened to 2 podcasts, Big A, and you were on both of them. And I was like, if the stars didn't align for something, then they never will. And so I sent you a inquiry, and now I've been part of it for over a year now, and I'm loving it. And to all of you guys, I really find value out of the live events. Yeah, it's something that I am very passionate about coming over and participating in, because I think they're great. And so I'd encourage everyone to come over. And I do sit on a plane for, I think it's 20 hours, Big A. It's not
That's a long time.
It's a long time.
You even came a day early and attended the early event. We got to eat dinner together at the Opryland Hotel out in the Cascades, and I really got to know you better. And guys, I want to just encourage you. Those live events are worth the time, the effort, and the energy. Or Jeremy wouldn't be coming all the way from Australia. Jeremy, listen, I've been asking every guy that we talk to, what is the #1 hurdle that you're experiencing, either professionally or personally right now?
I think for me, it's just getting the right team around me. And I've got very big goals. I want to make legal advice accessible to all small to medium-sized businesses around the world. I need people to help me. And it's just around finding those right people. And for me, it's about setting those boundaries. And when I'm actually, if someone's not performing, it's to cut them sooner rather than later. And I think I like to think of myself as a nice lawyer, and I think I don't enforce those boundaries enough. And I need to get better at enforcing my boundaries with the people that I work with, so that I can achieve what I want to achieve.
Now, expound on those boundaries a little bit. Give us a few ideas of the type of criteria or the boundaries that you've got in place in order for your performance to be at the level you want it.
Yeah, so it's about having the right people that I work with that meet the expectations that I want, and to have the drive and the ambition to do what I want, and to take it to that next level. And I know that I far too often don't, when I know someone's not at that level, I keep on thinking that I can improve them rather than just cutting and starting with someone new. So that's really what I'm talking about there.
Now, what team members are you presently needing? Is it more attorneys? Is it somebody in the social media space, marketing? What space do you need people in?
I really need someone in the operations space. So we have an online tool, and it's around, and I need someone to help me to build that into the US market. And I don't have that person right now. So I
Tell
really
us
need to
more
find.
about it, because there's going to be 130 guys watching this video. And so maybe the guys in ISI, I don't know if the guys in
Yeah.
there or not. Tell us more about that tool.
So the tool is it's an online test. It's 30 questions, and the idea of it is that it places you somewhere within the 13 phases of the life cycle, and it produces a report. So you answer 30 really easy questions that any business owner can answer, and then it produces a PDF report that has, based on the answers to your questions, what you need to put in place. And the real value for that with the lawyers that I'm working with is that it tells them what they need. But I need someone to help me actually build that. I've got one in Australia, but I'm not happy with it. It's at minimum viable product stage. And I don't like the person who built it. And he doesn't meet those expectations that I have. So I need someone who can help me build that back-end website, that test, so that I can market that into the other countries as we go.
Jeremy, I can tell you right now, get ready, because there's guys going to be watching this that's going to reach out to you. And I want you to post your comments below at helping Jeremy get this minimal viable product into the U.S. A lot of guys are very smart in this space in ISI, so I can assure you you're going to have some guys reach out. All right, I'm going to give you permission not to be humble, okay, just for a second. And I want you to tell the guys what your superpowers are.
Yeah, I think my number one superpower is to be able to identify issues and to explain things in really simple, plain English. So I think that I can really, when I talk to someone about their problems in their business, I can really identify it quickly, and then I'm able to explain what they need to do in plain English and not legalese, because legalese is boring and confusing. And I think that those are my two main superpowers.
Yeah, that's cool. Last question, and we'll let you get out of here and get on with your day, because you're just starting your day and I'm ending my day. So you got you got some work to do. But you are a friend, and I consider you a friend. But if I didn't know you, why would I want you to be my friend?
That's a great compliment, Big A. Thank you for saying that. And I think for me, it's that I think I'm a lovely person. I'm personable. I like to help people with their problems, and I like to be able to really give back. So I want to be able to give back to the people that I work with, that I'm friends with, to be able to give them really something to move forward and succeed in their business.
Well, that's cool. And you are always vivacious. You've always got that smile on your face. You're not boring, and you're not, you think of lawyers sometimes as being like, as you put it, legalese, it's like but that's not you. You're just like, hey, let's hang out and figure it out. And I love that about you. All right, I got a personal question. So I want to come to Australia, and it's been on my bucket list. What are two places there that I can't miss? I've got to see these two places. Where would I go?
You've got to see Sydney and the Sydney Harbour. It's one of the most beautiful places on earth. I didn't like Sydney as a place to live, but to visit, it's a gorgeous place to live. And Melbourne is the place to go and eat food. It has lots of restaurants. The service there is, you'll never get service like that in Australia anywhere else. The people are lovely. The food is delicious. They really pride themselves on that. And in Melbourne too, I would say go and see some sport. There's a place called the Melbourne Cricket Ground where they play cricket and Australian rules football. Get to one of those games, because a good one with 100,000 people in the stadium is unbelievable, and it's such a great experience.
Wow, that will be awesome. And how long do I need to budget to be there? A week, 2 weeks? How long do I need to be there?
I would say at least a month.
A month?
There's so much.
Well, I don't know if the guys in ISI will let me go for a month or not, but I would love to do that. That sounds very fun.
I've done a lot of traveling. I've been to Europe, I've been to America, and I've been to Asia. For me, I find the month holiday, especially when you're traveling so far, it takes you half a week to recover. Yeah. Then there's so much of Australia to see. So unless you want to do it in multiple trips, there's so much to see that a month would fit it all in.
All right, guys, I'm going to be gone a month. I'll just tell you right now, I'm going to see Jeremy in Australia. Jeremy, thanks for being with us today, buddy. I really enjoyed you hanging out. We'll see you.
Thanks, Big A.
All right.
Cheers.